Cherokee Lane family, it's Mrs. V here again. I'm so excited that we get to make some art together today. I hope you had fun yesterday with the color wheel and found objects. Today we're also going to be making art from things around our house. So we're going to be looking for things in our house based on their shape. We're going to be making a piece of artwork today that is abstract. Abstract art is about shape and color. It's not based on things that you see in real life. So we're going to find things in our house and look at the shapes of them. So some things might have a complex outline where there's lots of bumps and lines that you'll move in and out. And some things might be simple where there's just straight and curved lines. So what I want you to do right now is go look around your house for about 5 things that are interesting to you. Make sure it's something that you're allowed to use and that won't be harmful to you. So the next thing that you're going to do after you collect all your objects is practice tracing them. You can use a pen or a pencil. I like to use a pen because it's a little bit darker on my paper. And you can do it on a big paper or on a small piece of paper. So I'm going to start practicing on my small piece. I want to make sure I have an extra piece underneath so that if my pen goes off the side, it doesn't get onto my table. I'm going to start by picking out an object. I want to make sure I hold it down very well with my extra hand so it doesn't move when I'm tracing it. Notice my pen is straight up and down, and I'm pushing lightly against my object and against the paper. I don't want to press too hard with my pen because it might hurt the tip of it. Now I notice my hand's in the way, so I'm going to have to just move my hand around without moving the object. This may take some practice, so don't worry if you mess up or move the object when you're tracing. That's okay, you can still use your art. So I notice there's a little bit of spaces where I didn't trace it all the way. I can realign my object and trace it again, or I can just make it up. That's the beauty of making your own art. You get to choose. So this time when I pick my object, I want to make sure it's not just straight up and down. I want to think about how I place it on the paper. How can I make it look more interesting? So I'm going to tilt it and scooch it into the corner right here. I like this lock because it has an interesting shape. There's a little bit of space on the inside that I can trace too, and that'll look cool in my artwork. So some of your objects, it might be interesting if they go off the paper a little bit, so you can't see the whole shape, and it's harder to tell what your object is. Something you can do when you're done tracing all of your objects is play a guessing game and have your friends or siblings or parents guess what objects you used in your artwork. That would be kind of cool. So the goal of your art is not to make a perfect outline, it's just to enjoy the shapes that you see in the things around you. Notice how I'm overlapping some of my objects, so it turns it into different shapes and layering them. This is my favorite part, to see how the lines interact with each other. Now that we're done tracing our objects, we're going to take different art materials and use them to color the insides of our shapes. As you can see in this example, each color goes into one shape that is created. So notice I didn't color the whole turtle shape one color. I looked at the individual shapes that were created by the overlapping lines. I also like to use different art materials. The marker gives my art a smooth look. The crayon gives my art a nice bumpy rough texture. And my color pencil gives a medium bumpy texture. It's cool to pair the different textures together to make your art look more interesting. So I'm going to start with my marker. If you find any markers that are dried out while you're working, save them in a cup for later, because I have a surprise for what you can do with those markers tomorrow. So I'm going to pick one color at a time, outline around the edge. I kind of have my marker on the side, so I'm not smashing the tip down. I want to take care of my marker. I'm going to outline the edge of my shape that I see here. I love working with a nice fresh marker. It's very smooth. Now I'm going to use my marker to color it in straight lines. Enjoyed creating abstract art today with me, friends. Have a wonderful day and keep creating.